What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing? No makeup, just a hoodie. No, I'm not doing apologies. A pink hoodie, not a gray hoodie. How y'all doing? And I'm going to be looking at the chat over here because I got the computer way back because I have my notebook with 6 pages of notes of that damn lawsuit. I was up till 1 in the morning reading it and figure out what I was going to read to y'all. Holy shish kebab. So, and I had 2 incredible friends that stayed up with me. Oh, and actually had a third friend pop in, but we were up in my Discord pretty late reading it, but it was kind of, I was like, okay, damn. What's up, everybody? All right, let me say hi to people. True Crime Stories, what's up? Boho, Redgrass, Adele, AWOL, Aquamarine, SMW, hey. I knew I saw Chelsea in there. I knew I saw May, there we go. Let me scroll up. Vlogging was here. Vlogging said they'll be right back. I saw Courtney. Witch's Brew, how you doing? Hearts for how hard Zally works for y'all. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, here's my thing, okay? 1, not everybody got to read the lawsuit. 2, not everybody read the whole lawsuit before they started talking about it. Read the whole thing. That's all I'm saying. Read the whole thing because your questions that were above in the top part of the lawsuit got answered at the bottom of the lawsuit. That's okay, Boho. It's all good. It's a heart. That's all that matters. It matches my cold heart. My cold heart. It's all good. Man, I was reading this lawsuit last night and I was like, ooh. So, before we get started, I'm going to let y'all know how I'm going to do this, okay? Because of how certain things are said in the lawsuit, and we know how Miss Tati has talked to like the bigger drama channels on not talking about it or whatever. When I get to start reading about the lawsuit, I am not giving my personal opinions, and we have to realize these are allegations, okay? Remember, these are allegations, all right? Yes, I have my own thoughts about it, but I'm not going to be saying those thoughts and opinions, not facts. I'm not going to be saying it as I'm reading it, okay? That's just, hey, Amy, that's just the best way we can do this, okay? We have to remember, these are allegations. Now, some of them I have to say that I've actually seen for myself, but not all. So I can't give an opinion on all in the sense of I don't know. Only thing I can go with is these are the allegations. Period, point blank, period. Okay? Now, before we start though, ooh, some stuff went down. And if you follow me on Twitter, okay, so without a crystal ball, Miss Katie Joy went live last night. Actually, I think she went live like a couple times about it. And in this particular live, 1, she had her lawyer in the live. He wasn't in the live with her as in like on panel, but he was in the chat. And she said herself that was her lawyer. He said, "I'm proud of you." Okay? And she's talking about how this channel's not going to go anywhere. We're going to keep doing what we're doing, etc., etc., etc. I was there. I even commented on it because this is the part that I commented on. Drama alert. Now, you know I know what the drama alert count looks like. Hello. Been there, done that a few weeks ago. Keemstar went up in there and says, "I support you." Now, what does Katie Joy do? oh, Keemstar, thank you so much, and drops a link to get him up there. But he didn't take that link. Keemstar, thank you. And then she starts, I have to admit, she started kind of going, oh, Gabriel Zamora messaged me. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the support. Well, I'm pretty sure Gabriel Zamora probably still supports her, but we can't say that about Keemstar. Yeah, but how they did it was a different way, American Princess. I think she was warning people how to do it. Because that actually outlines in the lawsuit itself, and it makes sense. Hey, what's up, X? Yeah, the lawyer was in the chat, and I would think the lawyer would tell her, shut the hell up. Just shut up. And then, of course, Katie put out her statement about the lawsuit, which I personally, my thoughts and beliefs and my opinions are not facts, but in my opinion, her statement about the lawsuit was quite antagonizing, and I cannot believe her lawyer would be okay with her putting out that statement. Yeah, name dropping that private support. Exactly, May May. Yes. But Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That statement that she put out, I cannot believe her lawyer okayed that statement. I cannot believe her lawyer okayed that statement. I can't. And then, on top of everything else, all right, we got Tati's lawyer up on Twitter retweeting people about this shit going, man, this came out a lot faster than I thought, or something like that. Tati's lawyer's up on Twitter retweeting shit. Nothing damning, nothing like, the people coming after without a crystal ball or anything, but it was like, oh, whew, yes. What's up, Saya? So, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how someone took back their support. And I knew, I called it. As soon as I didn't call it in that chat because people were arguing whether it was really drama alert. And I'm like, look, people, that's really drama alert. I just had an argument with him like 3 weeks ago on one of my lives, like in the voice chat. That's him. Keemstar done took his support from Without a Crystal Ball away. And we're going to look at that real quick. And we're going to look about how she's responding to that. And then we can get into the lawsuit. I thought, and y'all know I don't like Keemstar for obvious reasons. But yeah. So, hold on a second. Let me, wait, I got to put my desktop. Alright, so let me put my desktop so we can hear this loud and clear. Desktop audio. Alright, here we go. Alright, so yeah, people were trolling her saying it wasn't Keem, and it was Keem. It was absolutely Keem, and he even confirms that was him. So it was absolutely 100% Keemstar. What's up, Christina? What's up, Donna? Hey, AWOL. Dragon Slayer, what's up? Okay, so we're gonna see and hear Keem. Take it away.
Without a crystal ball. Yesterday, it came out that Tati Wesbrook is suing you. And you were doing a live stream, and I jumped in your live stream, and I gave you my support. All
right, so he confirmed it.
And left a comment and said, I'm giving you support. Today, I'm going to have to take that support back. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to retract those statements. Can't support you, and this is why. When I gave you support, it was basically because I was...
Okay, I will say this, Miss Yankee. Okay, Miss Yankee said, I wouldn't be feeling good about Keem's support. In a situation like this, Keem's support would actually be kind of a good thing in the sense of... Now, I mean, I don't... Yeah, fuck that. But, I mean, Keem's support would be, in a way, a good thing because YouTube likes Keemstar. YouTube likes Keemstar. He makes a lot of money for YouTube, so that's one of the people that YouTube backs up. SMW said, what I don't get is that when Sanders Kennedy allegedly got sued, he went off the grid. Why is Without a Crystal Ball doing this to herself? They could potentially use as ammo in the case. Very true. Very true. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you, X. You know, LOL, I hear you, Xylee, but still, Keemstar, no, I get it. All right, let's listen.
Sued, right? This other YouTuber, Romeo Lacrosse, he sued me because he didn't like me reporting some facts. And I thought this was a similar situation. But come to find out, allegedly, a lot of people saying that you were kind of like stalking Tati Wesbrook, allegedly. And then come to find out, you were threatening to sue other YouTubers because you didn't like
that right there, what he just said, and then you were threatening, and then allegedly you were threatening to sue other YouTubers. She absolutely has. She absolutely has threatened to sue YouTubers who talk about her. She absolutely has.
Like to say you didn't like what they were saying about you. And then I found out today that you actually sued another YouTuber because you didn't like what they said. Allegedly.
I didn't know about that part.
Again, I don't know if any of this is true. This is just what I've been seeing and watching all these videos and trying to figure everything out, right? So I can't really support you. And on top of that, my lawyer told me that the case that Tati has against you is a strong case. And Tati's claiming that you lied about her. So I don't know if she has got a strong case. I don't know. It's not looking good. Also, a lot of people are saying that you were stalking Tati. Now, I don't know how true this is going to get. Again, alleged. It's not what I'm saying. This is what other people are saying. Don't sue me, bro. But a lot of people are saying that you're stalking Tati. Like, it became to the point where, like, it was creepy. And another thing, which is kind of messed up, is there's this other YouTuber, Creep Show, Shannon. I like Shannon. I think she makes great content. And someone told me that you were actually stalking her, too. Like, tweeting out tweets about her and then waiting 2 hours and then she didn't respond.
If I get sued, best believe I'm going to be putting my PayPal. Please help. I'm going to pass the collection plate around to everybody. Best believe.
So you delete them, and this went on for months. Like, this is all alleged. I don't know if it happened. I didn't see with my own eyes. This is just what someone told me. So, yeah, you know that support I gave you yesterday? I got to take it back. I'm sorry. You can't have that support anymore. I'm taking it back.
Keemstar is such a jerk. Alright, so, Without a Crystal Ball says, none of this is true. I haven't stalked anyone. I don't have troll accounts, and I haven't stalked these people at all. I also did not stalk Creepshow. Keem is like, again, not claiming you stalked anyone. It's just what people are saying. So I have to take my support back and get more facts. She goes, again, I have not stalked anyone at all. I have not filed lawsuits against YouTubers. The allegation in her complaint says I conspired with anyone or false that I'm a professional troll. Not true whatsoever. Now, somebody had put up a tweet that somebody put in my DMs, but I'm not going to throw those DMs up. The real reason why that she got unsupported is because you show that she follows Keem, and she's followed by H3H3 and Gila, which is funny. But then she starts fighting with Keemstar supporters. Stalking would literally imply in breaking the law and going out of my way to interfere with their life, which is not tweeting them a few times and 2 emails. I tweeted in a dialogue when she and Def Noodles discussed Gabby Hanna's claim that she was shadow banned. I tried to explain it wasn't possible, encouraged her not to go that route. I also emailed her 2 times over 6 months because I was told by a mutual friend I was told she could help me. I mean, she is like going off about all this. She's pretty damn mad. She's pretty damn mad that Keemstar dropped his support of her. And I knew it was going to happen. As soon as Keemstar, because Keemstar, the commentary boys are, I would say, semi-close to Keemstar, some of them closer than that. But she has threatened to sue some of them about her. And that's because they called her out for when she supported Sanders Kennedy. And then she pulled it back. I bet she is still fighting with Keemstar. She probably is. I don't know. Poor Katie. I feel bad for her and her son and her husband. You know, I feel bad for her in this situation, as in, I do feel bad for her in the situation of, like, you know, damn. But in a way, I feel I understand both sides of it. Like, do I think YouTubers need to be celebrating this? Absolutely not. Now, here's the thing. There are some people thinking, and I am one of them, that this is going to affect drama commentary channels. I believe it is. But I don't think it's going to affect drama commentary channels in the way that some people are saying. I don't think it's going to get rid of us. I don't think we're dying. What I think it is you're going to have to put a little bit more work. You got two things. You're going to have to put a little bit more work in your commentary, which is researching, which it's not that hard. Researching is not hard. And two, you're going to have to watch what you say. So if you hear something allegedly about somebody, say allegedly. It's not that bad. And by God, don't make 50 videos on one person. Listen, because of Tati's bi sister, because of what bi sister did to James Charles, YouTube rules changed. Now, how I think the YouTube rules may change, because this lawsuit is not going just after her YouTube. It's going after her Twitter, her Instagram. They didn't mention Facebook. I'm surprised. But they're talking about her Instagram, her Twitter, what she wrote in Pathos, and YouTube. Now, on Twitch, what you do on social media can affect you on Twitch. You can get suspended for saying something, say, racist on Twitter. Okay? What I think is going to happen, YouTube might implement something like that. That's what I think. I think YouTube might implement something to the effect of what you do on your other platforms may affect your channel. Do you think it would affect smaller channels more? I'm going to be honest with you. Smaller channels should act like the big channels. Well, Saya, they don't stick with that then. Because there's a couple of YouTubers on what they say on Twitter. I was like, oh? But no, I don't think it'll affect smaller channels more. What? I mean, just because I have 200 and some followers doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to do research. I mean, I shouldn't just be able to throw out some shit that I haven't researched. Well, then they haven't been following that. Maybe they'll start following it more then. See, I didn't know it was in the toss. Okay. Well, then they may start following that more then. But they don't follow it when you got YouTubers who have a lot of followers saying the N-word on Twitter. But no, I just think that we should be careful just like the other YouTubers are careful. We should make sure that we're saying these are our opinions. Opinions aren't facts. This is allegedly, etc., etc., etc. YouTube is very partial to certain channels. It is. It absolutely is. And I 100% agree with you on that. 100% agree with you on that. It really is. And it's kind of sickening sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. You know what? There's discrimination everywhere. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I don't care, like, I work in a shop. I don't care if you're on YouTube. There's always discrimination. You always have your favorites. You always have the ones that they don't like. It's just a fact. That's everywhere. That is absolutely everywhere in the world. There's always some kind of discrimination. X, I kind of agree with that statement, but I kind of don't. They actually cater to the people who make them most money. The one thing about YouTube is you have to be convicted. So, let me cut my fan on because I'm getting hot in this hoodie. Of course I would be. Yep. What's up, Irish Badass? But yeah, I knew Keemstar was going to take away. I knew I knew it. As soon as he heard about her trying to sue or threatening to sue other people, I knew he was going to take it away. Oh, X, I get you. I get what you're saying. But then they took that away. Yeah, SMW, that's true. Okay, look, so this is what we're going to do about this lawsuit. I'm going to explain some things before we do this because I heard another creator ask this question. And I'm going to start from page 3 because there are some information that I personally am not going to put out in this channel, although anybody can get their hands on this, but I personally would not feel right it showing on my channel. So this is the first page, but I'm showing you this because I want you to understand when they say defendants and when they say plaintiffs, okay? He did need to investigate, Irish. You're absolutely right. Okay, so I saw a YouTuber have the question about they didn't understand the John Doe 1 through 100 or whatever. That has got to do with anybody who worked with her or anybody who did things in conjunction with her. Okay? So it does not include people who are reporting it and doing it correctly, like saying these are allegations, these are allegations, these are allegations. Okay? So, here you have the plaintiffs are Tati Wesbrook, Tatiana, but Tati Wesbrook, James Wesbrook, and Halo Beauty Partners, LLC. All right, so Halo Beauty. All right, as a whole. The defendant is not just Katie Joy Paulson, but it's Without a Crystal Ball, LLC. Limited Liability Company. Okay? She makes money off of her channel. Her channel is Without a Crystal Ball. So when you see defendant, it's got to do with Katie Joy and Without a Crystal Ball. I will say this. In this lawsuit, they cover their butt when they talk about who they're talking about. Like, they cover every inch of what you can think of in this lawsuit. And it's like, whoa. Like, how did you even think about, what? Like, how did you, what? So, we're going to go through it. But this is the first page. This is showing you exactly who the plaintiffs are and the defendants. All right, so let me switch over so I can get to page 3. Because, again, there is some information that I personally would not feel comfortable it showing on my channel. I don't, even though anybody can read this is public knowledge, but I personally wouldn't feel comfortable, and I don't want to put that out there. So, just give me a second, and I'll scroll down to page 3. There are 34 pages of this, And I can tell you now, we're starting at number 10. We're starting at number 10, and it ended at 114. But I'm not reading it all. What I'm reading is what I have highlighted, again, in my 6 pages of notes, reading this and figuring out what's going on till 1 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. And God bless the people who was in the Discord helping me. Austin Jones, damn, I've missed a lot. Yeah, you have missed a lot, Dev, that's for sure. Skip's like, it's a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. Alright, so let's switch the scene. You know, one of these days I'm going to figure out how to switch the scene without y'all seeing 1,000 Xylees. But 1,000 Xylees, oh. Or we're just going to make it a thing, oh. Okay. It's amazing how someone not online for most of this year has managed to be so relevant. Hey, yeah. I didn't get to see it, so I'm very interested in what they're saying. It's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, I like how Skip threw out the green hearts for Irish. That's funny. I love that, Skip. Okay, so just to let y'all know, I have the camera further back. I mean, y'all can see me, right? Hold on. Okay, y'all can see me good. Because I have my notebook, and that's why my microphone's not like right here, because I'm going through this line by line. All right? So, line 10 here. That's just basically talking about who Tati is. Line 11 is talking about who James is. Line 12 is talking about Halo Beauty. All right. Now we're going to start getting, and again, this is all allegations. I'm not putting in my personal info on how I feel about it while I'm reading this, because I'm covering my ass on it, let's be honest. So, all right. Now, a lot of things are repeated in this also. But sometimes they repeat it, but then they add an extra little in there. So, oh, hey, what's up, Bruce Allen? So, let's get started. All right, 13. Upon information and belief, defendant Paulson identifies herself and holds herself out to the public as a journalist. Upon information and belief, and they say upon information and belief a lot. So if I skip that, it's because I'm tired of saying it. But upon information and belief, defendants claim that Pathos.com was defendant Paulson's former employer. Defendant Paulson never was an employee of Pathos.com, and Pathos.com cut whatever ties it had with Paulson in part due to improper conduct, including her propensity to maliciously publish false and misleading information about third parties in her postings. All right, line 14. It pretty much just talks about what she does on the internet. You know, she's a blogger, vlogger, she has YouTube, she's on Twitter, etc., etc. All right, here, 15. Upon information and belief, defendant Paulson intentionally publishes false and defamatory matter to denigrate others through sensationalism and fabrication of perceived drama for the sole purpose of enticing followers and viewers to help defendants monetize defendant Paulson's pages and channels on her various social media platforms. All right. 16. Upon information and belief, defendant Paulson intentionally engages in being an internet troll under both her own name and various pseudonyms for the purpose of harassment and calling others consternation, grief, emotional distress, and otherwise cause the damage to their reputations, well-beings, and livelihood. Number 17. Upon information and belief, defendants have a history of intentionally, maliciously, and or recklessly publishing false and or misleading information about various people and entities, including plaintiffs. Upon information and belief, defendants tout themselves as established YouTube personalities and self-proclaimed internet trolls with a professed obsession with plaintiffs. In fact, upon information and belief, Paulson has openly stated in her various platforms that she will not stop going after plaintiffs, and she has otherwise openly dared plaintiffs to sue defendants so that Paulson can misuse the discovery to inflict more damage upon plaintiffs. All right. Number 19 talks about how many followers she has. Number 20. Now, I will say this. This is where some people are worried about certain things, but you gotta read the words. Okay? Upon information and belief, defendants are infatuated with the concept of exposing plaintiffs, and it appears that others who are currently unknown are conspiring with and are feeding defendants private/confidential information about plaintiffs for purpose of harming plaintiffs. Note it says are conspiring with and or feeding defendants private confidential information about plaintiffs. Hey, what's up, Tanisha? Kiki Dawn, how you doing? I think Tati's trying to set the precedent about her. I think so too, Kiki. I actually very much agree with you on that. SMW, it kind of gets, we're going to keep going. Let's put it that way. I'll be listening in my car on the way to work. Thank you, Tanisha. Okay. So where are we at now? Okay, 21. So I think 20 is the one of when they said like where it said like John Doe 1 to 100. That's what they're talking about. They don't know who, but it might come out like maybe in Discovery or something like that. No matter how far this goes. Again, these are allegations, so we don't know where this is going to go. Okay? We can just only read what's going on and then go from there. All right, 21. In May 2019, defendants stated publicly in a YouTube video entitled James Charles Cancel Sisters Tour that they intended to target plaintiff Tati, her family, and her business to do an expose on Tati as retribution from what defendants perceived as Tati's alleged mistreatment of another internet personality. Number 22. True to their word, defendants thereafter obsessively fixated on Tati and her family to try to ruin Tati's good name and reputation and otherwise intentionally damage everyone around Tati. Upon information and belief, defendants intentionally harassed and maligned plaintiffs and or otherwise maliciously portrayed them in a false light and sought to financially harm them. Upon information and belief, defendants even went so far as to tell their social media viewers that Tati and James are demons. All right, now these are the videos. Irish, like, it's quite the case. It really is quite the case, Irish. It really is. Boho, they really are thorough in this document. That they really are thorough. Okay, so number 23 is showing you all the videos that were made, and yeah, we're gonna skip a couple of pages, but it starts at A. We're still scrolling. And it stops at TT. That's a lot of videos. So we skipped a few pages on this one. All right, 24 is talking about how plaintiffs allege information and belief that defendants have conspired and continue to conspire with others to ruin and sully plaintiff Tati's and James' reputation, to defame and injure plaintiffs, and to intentionally injure and interfere with Halo's business opportunities. All right, number 25. This is talking about, oh, they did mention Facebook. I was wrong. This is talking about all the social media platforms that she was allegedly in this attacking from: YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Pathos.com. All right, 26 is basically talking about how many views she gets on these. If you can see here, such videos have been viewed hundreds of thousands, if not millions of times. All right, 27. Upon information and belief, defendants' improper posts and articles have been published to and or are accessible by the general public, including defendants' posts that contain false and disparaging statement of the fact regarding false and disparaging statements of fact regarding plaintiffs. And the thing is a fact. All right, 28. All right. Upon information and belief, defendants have published articles concerning plaintiffs on Pathos.com, including, but not limited to, a June 3rd, 2019 article entitled "The Criminal Background Tati and James Wesbrook Are Hiding from Millions." Now, I have certain ones that I'm going to read, that have little buzzwords in them. All right, so we got B here. Upon information and belief, the article states that James has a lengthy criminal rap sheet and then proceeds to discuss an arrest in 1989 and another in 1990 related to drug use when James was still in his teens. However, the article fails to mention any further criminal activity over the next 30 years. What is more, the article likewise fails to proffer any evidence that Tati or James has taken any affirmative steps to hide such matter of public record. As such, the subject article is both intentionally misleading and defamatory on its face. Let's go to number D. Upon information and belief, the article also reiterates as conclusive fact obviously false allegations found in an unsuccessful lawsuit filed in Hawaii regarding the inheritance of James' mother estate. Had a valid investigation been performed, it would have been discovered that the lawsuit was filed by James' estranged sister, who was expressly disinherited by their respective mother many years prior, due to said sister having previously sued their mother when her stepfather died in an attempt to challenge the inheritance of a surviving spouse. After repeating the salacious and unproven allegations by this estranged sister, defendants concluded as fact, not opinion, that James had defrauded his family. This statement is an obvious, malicious, and blatant lie published solely to inflict damage upon Tati and James, and ignores that said lawsuit was settled by said estate being divided amongst the family members, and that the attorney fees were ordered to be paid from the proceeds of the state, not from James. We're going to go to F. Upon information and belief, the statement in the article that the purpose of transitioning Tati's business in 2019 from an LLC to a corporation was to protect her assets from legal issues in connection with the James Charles fallout as false, was made recklessly without regard for the truth. The fact remains, LLCs provide the same asset protection as corporations. As such, the only purpose of making such a statement is to intentionally portray Tati in a false light by attributing a nefarious purpose associated with the transition of her corporate structure. G. Upon information and belief, the statement in the article that James Charles had lost millions of dollars as a direct result of his relationship with plaintiffs is false. Even Mr. Charles himself expressly stated that his tour was canceled for reasons unrelated to plaintiffs. And upon information and belief, the article in question obviously harms Tati and James' reputation and Halo's future business prospects by falsely asserting a significant amount of defamatory statements. By publishing these falsehoods, plaintiffs have been outrageously defamed. The statements made about plaintiffs amount to a false assertion that they are engaging in current criminal conduct, which is defamatory on its face. Yeah, AWOL. Irish, that's actually a good question. To be honest, I think they're taking this as a personal matter. Because Without a Crystal Ball puts out a lot of videos. She doesn't break toss because she doesn't do those videos back to back to back. It looks like she does videos back to back to back, but she doesn't, like, she'll cover like 4 subjects in one day. So, I think that's why she's not doing it to them. So, yeah, I don't know, Irish. That's a good question. All right, 29. We're going to go through quotes. Defendants have made additional false defamatory and misleading statements such as July 1st, YouTube video titled My Experience with Tati Wesbrook, that Tati is constantly lying and not taking accountability. On March 2nd, 2020, a YouTube video entitled Tati Westbrook's channel is tanking and she's blaming YouTube. Tati is not honest and she's not properly disclaiming products she's using by the FTC standards. She's the owner of Halo Beauty, so she should be disclosing that. Another quote on a June 16, 2019 YouTube video. Beauty influencer sends my boss a letter wherein defendants concede that they recklessly failed to verify the veracity of the false and misleading statements they made about plaintiffs. In the video, after indicating that she conducted some background research on plaintiffs James and Tati, defendant Paulson said, I might have rushed it, to be honest. I may have rushed it a little bit. Pieces I didn't have all together. She then stated that her videos might have been disrupted to Tati and James' lives. Another quote from June 2nd, 2019. Her husband, who is a career con artist. Then in June 3rd, 2019, Paulson says, hasn't changed. He stole money from his dying mother, took out loans on her name while she was sick and ill, then stole $340K from a lender in California. Number F. Defendants were talking about James on Twitter when Paulson stated, as fact, not opinion, on June 2nd, 2019, he has failed and has a long history of crimes. G. Defendants were talking about James on Twitter when Paulson stated, as fact, not opinion. On or about June 2nd, her husband is a career criminal and scammer. Another Twitter on June 3rd, he stole money from his dying mother. Another Twitter on June 2nd, 2 con artists who destroyed James Charles' reputation so they could pay off debt. I mean, they went through YouTube and Twitter. YouTube, when Paulson stated as fact, not opinion, on May 25th, 2019, she's lying to sell snake oil. May 31st, talking about Tati and James on YouTube, when Paul stated as fact, not opinion, on May 31st, she had a pretty consistent reputation of, like, fooling people into believing she's very trustworthy, but then she does a lot of very untrustworthy things. She covers Tati stories because she sells junk vitamins. Tanisha, it's alleged that she did. It's alleged that she did. I personally haven't watched all those videos. I watched her for her reality TV content. So yeah, it is very detailed, May. This thing is very detailed. I'm still going with quotes. Okay. Okay. Now you notice they bolded this, and upon information to belief, defendants were talking about Tati and James on YouTube when Paulson stated as fact, not opinion, on and about June 2nd, 2019, in a video entitled "The Past James and Tati Wesbrook Don't Want You to Know." And the quote is this: I just want you to keep in mind she's been accused of selling snake oil, and after everything that I've done, I can say without a doubt her product is snake oil. She's manipulating her followers into buying these products, promising results that have zero testing to show that they do anything. Let's just say Tati brags that he's self-made. I'll bet when you're stealing money from your family, it's self-made, all right. And that's the quote. Here's another one where Paulson stated as fact, not opinion, on or about June 1st. You're stealing from other companies' logos. It's not completely stealing. The logo is just kind of stolen. Can somebody explain to Boho what snake oil means? Snake oil is, okay, so back in the old days, you had what people called, they called sellers snake oil salesmen. And they were selling medicines, like, out of a cart or something like that. And the medicines really didn't work. So when you say someone is a snake oil salesman, you're basically saying that, they're selling something that doesn't work. What's up, Dre? There you go, AWOL. AWOL did the perfect definition of it. Thank you, AWOL. That's a perfect definition of a snake oil salesman. There you go. That's perfect. Thank you, AWOL. I appreciate that. Okay, so upon information and belief, defendants were talking about Tati and James and Halo on YouTube in a video entitled "Why I Spoke Out Now About the James Charles Tati Westbrook Situation." On and about October 14th, 2020, when she stated their business is on the verge of imploding, and it all relates back to that history they have. Okay, hold on. And it all relates back to that history that they have, just not necessarily following the rules. That was her quote. All right, another quote from a video entitled "James Charles Sells What Happens When Rumors Go Viral." November 29th, 2019, that defendants are aware that Paulson's activities caused plaintiffs damage when Paulson stated that she has been guilty of creating... Okay, sorry, I screwed up. So James Charles shares what happens when rumors go viral. On and about November 29th, 2019, that defendants are aware that Paulson's activities caused plaintiffs damage when Paulson stated that she has been guilty of creating drama and that troll accounts create a massive ripple effect when everyone becomes impacted and untruth becomes fact. Well, welcome, Dre. We appreciate it. and then we have more quotes. Twitter, October 14th. Last year I reported that Tati Westbrook's husband, James Wesbrook, had a history of questionable behavior in relation to alleged fraud. A video I made on his court cases infuriated him to the point that they sent someone to my inbox to threaten me. Let's just say I wasn't wrong. Another quote, but after receiving a phone call yesterday, I feel sick to my stomach. Tati Westbrook and James Charles used me in their quest to take down Jeffree Star. And she stated that and on October 14th, she stated it as fact, not opinion. Alright, October 14th, she stated as fact, not opinion. They needed the internet scrubbed of any of Tati's or her husband's wrongdoing before she could put out a video about Jeffree Star. She wanted all the evidence gone so she could pin it on Jeffree Star. And I mean the quotes keep going. It's October 28th. We were on the video. No, on Twitter, October 28th, 2020. She stated as fact, not opinion. Tati Westbrook wanted to set up her audience to make them believe she was trustworthy and likened herself to being an angel. But she was with her husband James Westbrook when he ripped off his family and his former friend for nearly $1 million. This time the fraud is more than $5 million. On Twitter again, October 28th, when they stated as fact, not opinion. It seems the Westbrook attempts to remove blogs by Without a Crystal Ball could have been done to mislead business partners and potentially hide fraudulent actively from investors. All right, let's see. Okay, that's the quote where she's talking about Hailey's beauty and liquidating hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here's one from October 28th on Twitter. Tati Westbrook isn't scared for her life because of Jeffree Star. She and her husband are unloading their assets and trying to dodge their business responsibilities. They don't want anything in their name because they are on the hook for millions to Clark Swanson. All right, on this one, October 29th, JC, Tati abused you once, used you a second time, cut ties now. October 29th, good God, she was busy October 29th. That right there, Tati lying for 1 minute. Okay, here we go. Upon information and belief, defendants were talking about Tati on Twitter on or about October 29th, 2020, when they stated, I dared fact check Tati's assertions that her husband is a great businessman. All right, so this is basically talking about number 30 is basically talking about the cease and desist that she received, and she did not remove them. She didn't remove those YouTube videos. Right here, blatantly false. After receiving a letter from plaintiff's counsel, defendants have refused to remove the same or similar false statements from other internet platforms, including YouTube. Alright. 31 is basically she's continuing to make statements and falsehoods. 32. Okay, 32. Right here. Defendants even posted on Twitter on or about October 28, 2020 that they were tipped off about the suit by a source who asked us to break the story. That was a quote from Katie from her Twitter, October 28, 2020, that they were tipped off about the suit by a source who asked us to break the story. All right, 33. Let's see something. Okay. Upon information and belief, on October 28, 2020, defendants uploaded a video on YouTube entitled "I Was Right About Everything," a huge story coming out on Tati Wesbrook. In said video, upon information and belief, defendants made the following false statements and or statements portraying plaintiffs in a false light, including but not limited to: I now get why James and Tati Wesbrook have been wanting my stuff off the internet. They do not want their business partner to see what he was involved in. They did not want any of those fraudulent cases that he, James, was involved in to become public. They did not want it searchable. You don't want to be affiliated with this at all. These are not good people. That Tati and James scrub everything so they can protect things from investors. That Tati and James were broke when they launched Halo, had no credit when they launched Halo, had no money when they launched Halo, had no bank accounts when they launched Halo. That James liquidated all the cash in Halo's bank accounts and paid it out to members without knowledge of the partners, rendering Halo worthless. And that James liquidated his mom's house to the point where it was zero. He had put in so many reverse mortgages that the house had no equity. There is not a shred of truth in any of these claims that defendants state as fact. Moreover, defendants portray James in a false light as they knew this statement was untrue at the time it was made. Generally, one must be 62 years of age to obtain a reverse mortgage. Defendants are in possession of knowledge that James is well below the age of 62. Oh, SMW, they've been building this case apparently for a while because, woo. All right, hold on, let me get a drink. Where am I at? 34? All right, 34. All right, we're going to read this one. Upon information and belief, defendants falsely stated in the "I Was Right About Everything" video that Tati's and James liquidated all of Halo's cash in advance of a lawsuit being filed. This statement is false in several levels. The Swanson complaint says no such thing. The complaint only alleges that Halo issued a distribution and says nothing about said distribution leaving the bank accounts without cash. Second, the statement is absolutely false. The truth is that Halo merely went through a standard and routine end of financial quarter distribution in which Clark Swanson took part, and which also left significant sums in the company's operating account to cover current operating expenses. The statement was made for, the sole purpose of defaming Tati and James and portraying them in a false light. Moreover, the lawsuit does not state the funds were paid without Mr. Swanson's knowledge. The lawsuit says that he objected to it. Such quarterly withdrawals of funds do not render Halo worthless, nor does Swanson complaint make such a claim. 35. Upon information and belief, on or about October 28, 2020, defendants uploaded a video on YouTube entitled "Tati Westbrook's Legal Issues," going over the full complaint. In said video, upon information and belief, defendants made the following false and or misleading statements portraying plaintiffs in a false light, including but not limited to: stating that Tati and James listed their house for sale because they wanted to get rid of their assets if they lose the Swanson lawsuit so that people cannot get access to their money. B. Stating James liquidated all the assets from Halo Beauty. Okay, so here in 36, it talks about that she knew about their. Hold on. Okay, so here they're saying that she knew about the move in their move to Washington State in 2018. So, and they said here to begin, it's mathematically impossible to liquidate all of his assets if James is being sued as a 33% owner, etc. Here they're saying that the defamatory statements caused damage to Tati, James, and Halo. Upon information and belief, defendants initiated these numerous salacious and defamatory attacks on plaintiffs to maliciously damage, disparage, criticize, and otherwise adversely affect plaintiffs. Alright. 39. Upon information and belief, defendants expressly seek to destroy plaintiffs' relationship with their business relation, customers, and followers. In fact, in one video, defendants claimed that they privately reached out to individuals with whom plaintiffs maintain business relationships, repeated their defamatory claims to them, and told them to cut ties with plaintiffs. This is talking about the economic damage done to Halo, the vitamins. Alright, 41. Plaintiffs have built their highly valuable customer base, reputation, and goodwill over several years. The harm that defendants are inflicting upon plaintiffs and continue to inflict, if not enjoined, cannot be calculated at this time, but it is believed to exceed $5 million. 42. Plaintiffs have requested that defendants take down the false, misleading, and defamatory videos, articles, and tweets, yet defendants have refused to remove the videos and tweets and have continued to publish additional false and defamatory content regarding plaintiffs. 43 is talking about how it affected their business. 44. This right here is the... Okay, I'll just read the whole thing. Defendants willfully, disparagingly, malicious, and defamatory conduct as such forth herein has inflicted and will continue to inflict irreparable harm upon plaintiffs, including harm to their reputation, substantial impairment to their customer relationships and goodwill, and impairment to their relationships with current and potential business partners, which cannot be remedied by money damages alone. Let me read that last part. Which cannot be remedied by money damages alone. Alright, 45. No price tag can be placed on harm caused by threatened destruction of plaintiff's reputation as a result of defendants' disparaging and defamatory statements made to the general public, which includes plaintiff's customers, followers, and business relations. I'm gonna say Ardeer. Ardery. I think it's more about how you say it. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be very honest. I think it's more how you say it. Actually, Drama Esquire said it perfectly on Twitter. He did this. He said the same thing, but in different ways, and you can see the difference on how it's perceived at that point. I think it's based off how you say things. To be honest, Adiri. I don't know how to say your name, so Ardiri. Yep, that's right, Skip. All right. 40, okay. So 46. 46 is basically currently impossible to determine how much plaintiffs stand to lose. So it's impossible for them to figure out exactly how much they stand to lose. 47. Upon information and belief, the existence of irreparable harm is beyond doubt. Without an injunction, defendants' aggressive campaign of disparagement and interference with plaintiffs' prospective economic advantage and business relationships will continue. Remember, these are allegations. This is the paperwork for the that was given to the court. Okay, these are allegations. I just want to repeat, these are the allegations. These are not my thoughts. I am just reading what this says. This part, I am not, I have my thoughts on a few things. Obviously, we're all human. We all have thoughts. But I, as a person that is recording this, I am not giving my thoughts on this. I am just reading this as the allegations are printed. Okay? Not saying y'all can't say it. I'm just talking about myself. And it looks like y'all are having one hell of a conversation. And that's good, though. I want y'all to have a conversation about this. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright, 48. Basically, it's saying that she won't stop even without Tati. Okay, basically, it's saying that without a crystal ball, the defendants won't stop even though Tati isn't online anymore. Alright, 49. Alright. 49. Upon information and belief at all relevant times described herein, defendants in doing the acts of alleged in this complaint acted in concert and conspired with or aided and abetted each other to do the acts complained of in this complaint, and that each defendant acted at all times as the agent, partner, co-conspirator, co-venturer, joint venturer, representative, or employee of the other defendants, and acted within scope and purpose of that agency, partnership, joint venture, or employment, such that the acts and conduct of each defendant was known to, authorized by, and ratified by the other defendants. Remember, there's two defendants. There's Katie Joy Paulson and Without a Crystal Ball. I had to read this one like 6 times. I'm not gonna lie until Plaintiffs are further informed and believe that each of the defendants named herein engaged in wrongful conduct that is a proximate cause of plaintiff's damages, and therefore responsible in some manner for the damages sustained by plaintiffs. Okay, so that's the first part. We're on page 22, though. All right, so that's the first part. Now we're going to step into the defamation. All right, I will say, under every single one, like this number 50 here, plaintiffs hereby incorporate by reference each and every allegation contained in the preceding paragraphs 1 through 49 of this complaint is thoroughly set forth herein. Basically, they're expounding and they're explaining it more in the next set, and we're going to see that with every section. So just know 1 through 49 also contains this stuff here also. All right, how we doing so far, guys? Is everybody there? Everybody good? Bruce Allen, halfway there. Yeah. Look, last night, I'm just taking a break for a second, just for a second. Last night when we were reading this, I'm telling you, I probably, because of how many times I read each paragraph to make sure whether I wanted to read it or just summarize it, I probably, I don't know, maybe read this thing like 3 times. How many pages are in this allegation? 34. I believe it's 34. Yeah, 34 pages. So, but we doing okay? Y'all hanging in there with me? I just wanted people to get the chance to actually see it. And again, hey, Nessa. Oh, awesome, Nessa. Thank you. I just wanted people who didn't get a chance to read this, although it was plastered all over Twitter. But I wanted to get y'all the chance to actually see the words yourself and me reading it out and stuff like that. So, I'm going to be honest. This is written very well, and they definitely did research when they wrote this. Everybody say hi, Nessa. Hi, Nessa. No, artery. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry if I'm like butchering your name, and I apologize. What the heck? I don't think is you can't say anything. I don't think it's going down to the fact that you can't say anything. Again, I think it's more about how you say things, you know? Yeah, boho, it's not 44. If it was 44, I would have been up to like 3 in the morning. Yeah, but you know what though, TCS, sometimes that won't cover it. Yes, and Bruce Allen, that's exactly why. Because the employee, okay, so I think, and this is my thought on this, and again, these are allegations, okay, but I think the reason why they did both is because, yes, she is technically a employee of Without a Crystal Ball, but the employee said it out of their mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it's both and not just the one. Oh yeah, no, TCS, I get you. All right, so all right, I have my little break. I'm telling you, I want to break out a cigarette because this stuff's stressful. Not gonna lie. It may happen. Sorry. All right, so 51. Okay, we're starting with 51. Upon information and belief from May 2019 to the present, defendants published to third parties and or caused others to publish to third parties those articles, tweets, Instagram posts, and postings on other internet platforms. Numerous written, false, non-privileged statements of fact regarding plaintiffs that were degrading, damaging, disparaging, and defamatory, I call them the 4Ds, and made for the purpose of causing plaintiffs financial harm and emotional distress. 52 is basically saying the same thing as 51, but it's numeral oral. Basically said the things and it wasn't just typed. Alright, 53. Upon information and belief, these false and defamatory statements made by the defendants, as stated above, were posted to YouTube, Twitter, Pathos.com, Instagram, and other global media platforms, which are in the public domain, and were therefore published to individuals of the general public, including Plaintiff Tati's followers on social media and Plaintiff Halo's customers and potential customers, negatively impacting their business and potential business relationships. Alright, 54 is talking about making false statements about plaintiffs in Halo. 55 is talking about publish same by way of other means and venues. By other means of venues like retweets, talking about it, stuff like that. Alright. 56 exposed to, okay, 56. As a result of defendant's false statements, plaintiffs have been exposed to ridicule and contempt. Okay. Thank you, Boho. I appreciate you for having that cigarette for me. I appreciate it. Always looking out. Hey, what's up, John Parody? All right, 57. Excuse me. Sorry, didn't mean to burp. My bad. By refusing to take down the defamatory posts currently on multiple internet platforms, defendants continue to make false and misleading statements. Upon information and belief, these statements are intended to carry out a smear campaign against plaintiffs. Monthly revenue of plaintiffs have began declining and has continued to decline month over month since defendants' campaign of malice and defamation commenced. 58. Upon information and belief in publishing false and misleading statements of fact about plaintiffs, defendants acted negligently, and or intentionally, maliciously, and with a reckless disregard for the truth or falsity of such statements. Defendant statements clearly were calculated falsehoods and were made either with knowledge of their falsity or with reckless disregard to their truth or falsity. For instance, in a June 16, 2019 video, defendants admit that defendant Paulson may have rushed publication of false defamatory statements before having all the facts and admit that their false statements may have disrupted plaintiffs' lives and business as a result. Additionally, in July 2nd, 2020 video, defendants acknowledge that they removed false statements from articles but refused to remove the same or similar false content from YouTube and Twitter. 59. Defendants' defamatory statements have subjected plaintiffs to hatred, contempt, ridicule, and that word that I don't know how to say, that word. This O word here. And I got, somebody gave me the definition of it. Let's just say it goes with them, all right? Just passing by that. Nick, you almost got me. I almost read that. Nick. I almost read that. You almost got me, dude. How you doing, Nick? Thank you for coming by, man. Almost got me with that. I almost read that. I was that close. Okay, where am I at? 60. Okay, here we go. As a direct and proximate result of the conduct of defendants as described herein, plaintiffs have been shunned, avoided, and or injured in their occupation or business. 61. As a direct and proximate result of the conduct defendants as stated herein, plaintiffs have been damaged in the amount to be proven at trial, including with limitation, emotional distress, mental anguish, loss of income profits, and loss of goodwill damages, the amount which is expected to exceed $5 million. DP, Nick has me blocked. Poor DP. Poor DP. No, I'm not gonna, no. He almost got me though. I went to go read and I saw the word and I was like, ooh. Thank you, Skip. That O word means strong public criticism or verbal abuse. Thank you, Skip. I still, for the life of me, still can't figure out how to say that word. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so 62, everything above 1 through 61 is also added to this. Alright, and we're going to go the defamation per se. Ooh, wrong mouse. 63. Oh, thank you, whoever subscribed. I heard it. I can't see it to go because I'm looking at this. But thank you, whoever that was. Hey, congratulations, Bruce. I got there first, though. I got there first. I'm still mad about it. I'm still kind of salty, not gonna lie. Alright, we did... Okay, 63. May 2019 to present has destroyed plaintiff's ability to conduct business through YouTube and Halo. That's basically what 63 is saying. Alright, 64, I think it expounds on it more. Upon information and belief, defendants published these false statements in numerous articles, tweets, Instagram posts, YouTube videos, Pathos.com posts, and videos on other internet platforms. Such false statements were published to hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, including to plaintiff Tati's followers on various social media platforms and plaintiff Halo's customers and potential customers. 65. Upon information and belief, defendants published the same or similar false statements to other third parties by way of other means and venues. Alright, 66. That's funny, Bruce. Well, welcome to the club, Bruce Allen. Welcome to the club. We have cupcakes, and we have better tasting cupcakes than they got over there. Just saying. Alright, 66. We're almost done, guys. I only have 2.5 pages worth of notes left. Hold on, let me get a drink. Excuse me. Alright, 66. By way of example and not limitation, these false statements include A. That James has a long history of crimes, is a career criminal and scammer, has engaged in theft, engaged in fraud, has a shady background, has an arrest for possession of drugs that he was trying to hide, has multiple felonies, has a possible incarceration, has a bankruptcy, stole money from his dying mother, has a long rap sheet, has had 4 businesses permanently revoked as evidence of committing fraud, has a judgment against him over $5 million for defrauding an investor, has engaged money laundering, and is a career con artist. In addition, she has stated that court records show he took his mom off of oxygen to imply that he intentionally killed his mother. Yeah, that's apparently that's all the things she said about James. B, that plaintiff Tati is a snake, a con artist, has a history of selling snake oil, defrauding lenders, engaging in fraud, money laundering, and lying. Number C, or letter C, excuse me. That plaintiff Halo is manipulating its customers, stealing property from other companies, that its products are harmful to human health. Defendants have also falsely stated or implied that Halo's products need to be FDA approved and are not. Alright, 67 is talking about the false and misleading statements. 68, I'll just read it. Upon information and belief, defendants' false statements were made without authorization and without privilege. 69. Upon information and belief, defendants' false statements impute dishonestly and criminal conduct to plaintiffs and were designed to subject plaintiffs to public ridicule, potential violence, and contempt, to deprive plaintiffs of the benefit of public confidence and to injure plaintiffs in their business, profession, or trade. 70. Upon information and belief, by refusing to take down the defamatory posts currently on multiple internet platforms, defendants continue to make false and misleading statements with the intent of conducting a smear campaign against plaintiffs. Plaintiffs have lost revenue as a result of defendants' false statements, and these revenue declines have continued to occur month over month since defendants' campaign of malice and defamation commenced. 71. Upon information and belief, defendants failed to use reasonable care to determine the truth or falsity of these false statements. Further, defendants' publications of these false statements were done intentionally, maliciously, and with reckless disregard for the truth, falsity of these statements. All right, 72 talks about the sole purpose of injuring these businesses and reputation of the plaintiffs. 73, upon information and belief, defendants' publication of these false statements constitute defamation per se, and plaintiffs are therefore presumed to have incurred damages as a result of such publications. 74, plaintiffs have suffered harm to their business and reputation and have been exposed to contempt and ridicule as such defendants' defamatory statements. 75, basically what the defendants have stated within that has it's believed to exceed over $5 million worth of damage. All right, 76, of course, 1 through 75 included in this. 77, upon information and belief, defendants have made numerous statements disparaging plaintiff Halo's credibility, business, and products. These statements include, but are not limited to, the plaintiff Halo is selling snake oil and its products are harmful. 78. Upon information and belief, defendants have also stated falsely that plaintiff Halo's products need to be FDA approved, falsely implying that such products do not comply with FDA regulations. 79, basically saying that everything that has been said about Halo is, it hurts the credibility of Halo. Number 80 is talking about how it has intended such statements to injure Halo. Alright, number 81. Upon information and belief, defendants knew that the statements were untrue at the time that the statements were made or acted with reckless disregard of the truth or falsity of the statements. Defendants knew and should have recognized that third parties would act in reliance on the statements causing plaintiff Halo financial harm. 82. What's up, Madam Scuttlebutt? 82. Halo has suffered direct financial harm because numerous people have acted in reliance on defendants' false statements, and Halo subsequently lost sales and customers as a result. Plaintiff Halo has been damaged in the amount to be proven at trial, which is expected to exceed $5 million. All right, I'm going to grab another drink. I will be right back. Hey, Karma. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go grab another drink real quick. Ooh. And look, I'm already productive. I already had it made and chilling in the refrigerator. Just saying. Ooh, I made that too sweet. Good God. Ooh. All right. All right, so now we're going to go to false light invasion of privacy. We're almost done, folks. We're on page 27. We're almost done, folks. All right, so 83, basically 1 through 82, part of this. All right, we know that sentence by now. Alright, 84, excuse me. Upon information and belief, defendants have made numerous false statements regarding plaintiffs, which have depicted plaintiffs in a false light in the public eye, including without limitation statements that plaintiffs James and Tati are liars and have engaged in criminal conduct, including money laundering, stealing from plaintiffs James' own mother, and intentionally causing plaintiff James' mother's death, have defrauded investors and customers, and have a history of failed businesses and money management problems. 85. Upon information and belief, the publicity created by defendant's statements was highly offensive and objectionable to both plaintiffs James and Tati, and to a reasonable person, as such statements attribute to plaintiffs James and Tati characteristics, conducts, or beliefs that are false, thereby placing plaintiffs in a false position for the public. I saw that Karma was in here. How you doing, Karma? Only reason why I know you're in here, Bruce Allen, 2/3 of the way down, almost there, right? Well, I kind of read that part, Chelsea. From what they say, from what they expounded on in the allegation, they are saying no. But that's one of the things that, I'm not personally giving my opinion on that one. But from what they're saying in the allegations and expounding on things, they are saying no. Thank you, Skip. All right. Oh, 86. Alright, so this is basically talking about how she had said about the Rush publication. We've read that one several times, actually. 87. Okay. 87. Upon information and belief, as a proximate result of defendant's false statements and depictions, plaintiffs James and Tati have suffered general damages, including emotional distress and mental suffering, in the amount to be proven at trial, which is expected to exceed $5 million. 88. Plaintiffs James and Tati believe that defendants will continue making false statements, depicting them in an offensive and objectionable false light, unless and until enjoined and restrained by the order of this court. Now, let's read that one again. James and Tati believe that the defendants will continue making false statements depicting them in an offensive and objectionable false light unless and until enjoined and restrained by order of the court. Defendants' continued publication will cause plaintiffs Tati and James great irreparable injury. Plaintiffs Tati and James have no adequate remedy at law for the injuries being suffered, in that a judgment for monetary damages will not end the invasion of plaintiffs Tati and James' privacy. Yeah, I don't see Karma. I saw people say, hey, Karma, but I don't see Karma. Anyway. I am not starting over, Irish. I ain't My husband's in the back giggling because he just heard me say that. Because he knew what I was going through last night. Exactly, Skip. Everybody read what Skip just said. Exactly. Alright, where are we at? 89? Alright, so 89, again, 1 through 88 goes with this. We're into the intentional infliction of emotional distress. 90. Upon information and belief, the conduct of defendants, as described in this complaint, was extreme and outrageous and beyond the bounds of decency tolerated in a civilized society. 91. Upon information and belief, the conduct of defendants was intended to cause plaintiffs Tati and James several emotional distress and or was perpetrated with reckless disregard as to the probability that plaintiffs Tati and James would suffer severe emotional distress as a result. All right, 92 is basically the same stuff that they have alleged that she has said about James. 93. Upon information and belief regarding Tati, the extreme and outrageous conduct of defendants included, but was not limited to, a series of harassment where defendants published to various public mediums false statements that plaintiff Tati is a liar, has defrauded investors, and has a history of hiding assets to defraud creditors. 94. Upon information and belief, defendants post numerous videos and statements about the plaintiffs nearly every week, and sometimes even uploads multiple posts and videos in a single day. 95 pretty much summarizes what we've read so far. 96. 96. As a direct and proximate result of defendants' outrageous conduct, plaintiffs Tati and James have suffered severe emotional distress and mental anguish, including, but not limited to, loss of sleep, anxiety, depression, nausea, loss of appetite, loss of weight, fear, sense of helplessness, and despair. 97. As a direct and proximate result of the torturous and wrongful acts of defendants, plaintiffs have suffered past and future special damages and past and future general damages in the amount to be proven at trial. All right, so how are we doing so far? We're almost done, guys. We are almost done. Tanisha, that's actually a really good question. I don't know. All right, let's not call words. Let's just do a favor count. We gotta not call words. Let's not call words. Just saying. Let's keep it, Thank you, Tanisha. I appreciate that. All right, so we are at 98. 98. Hold on, I gotta find it on my page. All right, 98. So, again, 98, 1 through 97 of this complaint is thoroughly set forth herein. All right. 99. Aqua, we food? No, good. We're almost done, everybody. Okay, 99. Upon information and belief, defendants owed a duty to use reasonable care in their conduct with regard to the mental health and safety of plaintiffs Tati and James. It was foreseeable and probable that plaintiffs Tati and James would suffer severe emotional distress from constant onslaught of defamatory statements being made by defendants about plaintiffs Tati and James and their company on social media and aimed at their consumer base. 100 and 101, it's the same stuff, the dying mother thing, fraud, all the stuff that's been said over and over. 102. Upon information and belief, plaintiff Tati and James are informed and believe that defendants breached the duty of care they owed plaintiffs by repeatedly harassing plaintiffs in derogatory, defamatory, and outright bullying ways as described in this complaint. 103 is plaintiffs Tati and James have suffered severe emotional distress with objective symptomology, including but not limited to loss of sleep, anxiety, depression, nausea, loss of appetite, fear, sense of helplessness, and despair. 104 is basically, this is wrapping up. Now, 105, this is the Washington Consumer Protection Act. And you know what? I forgot to pull these up. So we might do that together. I don't know. Alright, plaintiffs. Basically 1 through 104 goes through this. 106. Upon information and belief, defendants, numerous publications of false misleading statements directly targeting plaintiffs and their business income for the purpose of fabricating drama and controversy to increase defendants' own number of followers and revenue from their various social media platforms constitute unfair or deceptive acts or practices in trade or commerce under this law, RCW 19.86.020. Such acts or practices by defendants had and continue to have the capacity to deceive a substantial portion of the public. What's up, Rar? Now, I'm going to read that again because that really, I think this one, YouTubers need to know this. I'm going to read it again. I'm going to read that one part again. Numerous publications of false and misleading statements directly targeting plaintiffs and their business income for the purpose of fabricating drama and controversy to increase defendants' own number of followers and revenue from their various social media platforms. That is something that we as YouTubers, I mean, I'm not, but it still hits with me also, to gain your followers and stuff like that. I think that's something that YouTubers need to, or really anyone like Twitch or whatever, that's something that they need to pay attention to. Okay. Okay, no. What did Bruce Allen say? Do I want to know what Bruce Allen said? Oh, Lord. Bruce? Okay, well, can't wait to get on Twitter for that one. Okay, well, didn't know about that one. Okay, where am I at? Okay, 107. Upon information and belief, defendants' unfair, deceptive acts or practices affect the public interest because they had or have the capacity to injure other persons as described in this complaint. 108. Defendants' unfair, deceptive acts have caused injury to plaintiffs in their business or property, including loss of followers, loss of consumers, and other lost revenue and profits. 109. Plaintiffs are entitled to recovery of damage in the amount to be determined at trial, plus treble damages, reasonable attorney fees and costs for defendants' violation of the Washington Consumer Protection Act. Alright, so we're going to go to civil harassment, and we are literally almost done, because I'm down here, and I only have that much on the next page, so we're almost done. Alright, right, so 110. 1 through 109, okay, is included in the same sentence for every one we're going in. All right, so civil harassment. 111. Upon information and belief, defendants have manifested an intent to expose plaintiffs and have relentless. Oh my God, can I talk? Upon information and belief, defendants have manifested an intent to expose plaintiffs and have relentlessly pursued plaintiffs upon information and belief since May of 2019. Defendants have knowingly and willfully engaged in a course of conduct directed at plaintiffs Tati and James, including publishing defamatory statements about them, which has seriously alarmed, annoyed, harassed, and is detrimental to them, which serves no legitimate purpose. I love Moleskine notebooks, American Princess. Oh yeah, Rar. Yeah, I talked about that in the beginning of this live. Keem retracting his support. I talked about it at the beginning of this live. Okay, 112. Let's do this. We're almost done, guys. Defendants' pattern and practice of civil harassment targeting plaintiffs Tati and James in violation of RCW 10.14.020 include, but is not limited to the following: falsely accusing plaintiff James of having a long history of crimes, being a career criminal and scammer, theft, fraud, having multiple felonies, stealing money from his dying mother, having a long rap sheet, being a career con artist, being a demon, and intentionally killing his mother. B. Falsely accusing plaintiff Tati of being a snake, a con artist, selling snake oil, intentionally and knowingly selling products harmful to the public, having a company that is stealing property from other companies, manipulating its customers, being a demon, and lying. All right, 113 talks about how they have been suffering, and it breaks the law, in which they're talking about here, the RCW 10.14.020. And 114. Plaintiffs Tati and James. Now this one, okay, this is the one that I tweeted out on my Twitter. What's up, housewife? This is what I tweeted out on my Twitter. This one, to me, as YouTubers, we need, and YouTubers in the drama commentary community, we need to pay attention to this one. This is the one we need to pay attention to. Plaintiffs Tati and James are entitled to entry of a preliminary and, at the conclusion of the proceedings, a permanent injunction against defendants and anyone acting in concert with them or at their direction, prohibiting defendants from making and or publishing, whether directly or indirectly, statements about plaintiffs Tati and James that the courts determined as false. I think that's one that we really need to watch, to be honest. And this right here, the prayers for relief, this is what they're looking for. For judgment against defendants in a sum to be proven at trial, for recovery of attorney fees and costs as authorized by Washington statutes, including that law and common law, for preliminary and permanent injunctive relief, for pre- and post-judgment interest in the amount of 12% per annum, for treble damages pursuant to that law and for such other and future relief as the court may deem proper. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the case of Tati versus Without a Crystal Ball. Wait, did Karma finally show up? Karma, they thought you were here earlier. That's so funny. So, alright guys. Now that I have done reading the allegations in the lawsuit that is going towards Without a Crystal Ball and Katie Joy Paulson, I have read them, what they said. Now let's talk about it. You read further than I did. Dude, I was up late. Alright, Nessa says, Marissa, I do think she has a legitimate lawsuit against this lady, but she's still a big hypocrite because she has participated to help lead one of the biggest deformations of character. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see what happened there, Wall. Well, see, here's my thing. And I said it on Twitter. I'm going to be very honest with y'all. I said it on Twitter. I can understand where people are rejoicing in this. I really can. I can understand where people are rejoicing in this because how Katie Joy has acted towards other YouTubers. I can also understand with she can get a bit snarky and a bit, you know, she says some things. But I don't want to rejoice too hard because this can affect, whether small or big, this can affect drama commentary communities in the sense of they're either going to start going by their toss, as in what we say on Twitter, Instagram, etc., or they're going to come out with some new rules. I don't think drama and commentary are going away, though. But what precedent does this set? For me personally, I think it's about how you say things. I'm going to be very honest. I think it's about how you say things and how you do your research. Yes, Dre, it can. Yeah, I think the rules will tighten a bit. Yes, I think they'll actually start following their own toss. Skip says, I don't think it'll go to trial. I predict they'll grant the preliminary injunction and the parties will negotiate for the permanent injunction and removal of videos and tweets. And plus fees. That's a possibility. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if this will actually make it through, but I mean, they could be having this damn thing for years. We don't know. DP said, Tati published the biggest drama video. Well, yeah, that's true. And because, okay, wait a minute. DP, you said it right there. Tati published the biggest drama video in YouTube history. She has. And what happened? The rules changed on YouTube because of that video. The rules changed on YouTube because of that video. That's why I'm saying this will affect us also. Okay, that's just that part of it, Irish, but there are some parts in there that were said. I've heard them myself, and yeah. So, yes, not another housewife. Hey, what's up, Quixie? Alright, so right. Skip said, right. Now, it can go on for years, but with the preliminary injunction, without a crystal ball, can't make any more disparaging videos or tweets. Well, I mean, I would hope she wouldn't while this stuff is going on. I mean, you are literally in the middle of a lawsuit. Stop. I mean, please, I am begging you from person to person, stop. Stop tweeting about it. Stop talking about it in your lives. When it comes to your social media, act like it doesn't freaking exist. I mean, Lord have mercy. Yes, they did, Bruce Allen, because of the live streams that were going on. How many people James Charles was losing? They sure did. She did lawyer up, Karma. Her lawyer was in her live last night. Well, okay. It was her lawyer. We don't know for a fact if it was her lawyer. So, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, her lawyer was in the live. Yes, Nick. Yes. Not just a lawsuit, a $5 million lawsuit. And quite a few times in that lawsuit, they said that it could exceed $5 million. Let's keep that real. Just saying. Well, Home Chick just did with her little statement on Twitter. I mean, do y'all want to read that statement on Twitter? We can read the statement. Do you want to read the statement on Twitter about it? Because we can do that. Because that statement, dude, her statement on, you know what? I'm reading it. YOLO. Hold on. Let me pull it up first, because you know I gotta go on the off server because Home Chick got me blocked. I have a tendency of speaking too much truth sometimes. Hold on. Let me find it. Come on, Poop Poop. All right, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Is it not there? Wait, okay. Wait a minute. At Without a Crystal Ball official, this account does not exist. Can somebody go to Twitter and tell me if the account doesn't exist? Her page for... I knew I should have took screenshots. Damn it. Oh my God, she's... Wow. Ooh. American Princess, she deleted the whole damn Twitter. She didn't just delete the statement, she deleted the whole damn Twitter. That all those damn letters, official, is gone. It says it does not exist. Her Twitter has been archived. What? Hey, Dev, if you can give me the SS of those two, that statement she put out, that would be awesome. Actually. Yours says blocked. Okay, so I need to find out, is it really gone, or is it because she went private that I couldn't see it? Because I was looking at another server, through another server, not signed in, because she has me blocked so I can see her tweets. Oh yeah, I'm sure they have everything they need too. Yeah, the whole Twitter's not there anymore. What? Let me find out. Well, you heard it here first, guys. It's gone. It's gone. I just looked and it shows it's deleted. Thank you, Nick. Yep, it's gone. It's gone. Say bye-bye. Wait, did she... Okay, hold on. Okay, there's no way. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm going to look at something real quick. Oh, my God. Can I type? Okay. Okay, the channel's still there. Alright, we're good. The channel's still there. I have files of screenshots. I know that's right. Be gone, Chelsea. Be gone, Karen. I'm going to be very honest with y'all. Without a Crystal Ball has... The way she's acted towards people, she can't realize that she's going to get support from other YouTubers by the way she has acted towards other YouTubers. And I'm not talking about petty ass fights. I'm not talking about, the shit that we see between different YouTubers on Twitter. I'm not talking about that kind of shit. I'm talking about literally threatening to sue people, making videos, literally looking into the camera and going, such and such YouTuber, you cannot use my likeness. You cannot use my videos. I forbid it. That's not how fair use works, homegirl. That's not how fair use works. So, I mean, honestly, that's why I understood about the celebration on her, but I don't want to celebrate because I feel like this is going to affect us. And, I just don't know how it's going to affect us. Do I think it's going to end drama commentary channels? Absolutely freaking not. Do I think that we're not allowed to talk about this shit? Absolutely freaking not. We're allowed to talk about it. It's just how you talk about it. Like when I just read the lawsuit, I did not give my opinions about the lawsuit because I wanted to read exactly what it was, and I'd rather y'all come up with your own opinions about it than me feeding you an opinion about it. I'm just showing you what is there, the allegations they have put forth in the lawsuit. Exactly, May. Yeah, no, she's gone. She's gone. She ain't gonna be gone forever, though. She's not going to be gone forever. Oh, I wonder if her, she has a Twitter account called Katie Joy. I wonder if that's, oh wait, I'm not blocked from that one. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh! Okay, she only got rid of Without a Crystal Ball. Katie Joy is still around. Yeah, she hasn't used this one in, wow, quite some time. Like the last time she did was October 27th. Before that was October 8th, unless she deleted tweets. But she still has her other account that I'm not blocked from. At Xylee Star Gaming. I'm waiting for it. Wait, what is this message I'm receiving? Hold on, I'll look at my other computer. That way nobody sees it. Thank you, Brew. Okay, Bruce, do I have permission to... Well, you know what? Hold on. Because I don't want to look in the DM, so I don't want people seeing. All right. Because, again, I repeat, I do not share DMs. We all know that about me. Thank you, Bruce. Bruce coming through. All right. Let's go see this. All right. Now, this is her response to... Did her lawyer tell her this was okay? Like, seriously, did her lawyer tell her this was okay? Nessa says if they try silencing commentary or people stating their opinions on situations, then how would shows like TMZ, ET... Exactly, Nessa. That's why I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. Oh, Boho Witch says she's deleting stuff on her. Oh, so I guess she's starting to take it serious now then, huh? All right, so this is her statement that she had about a lawsuit. Tati and James Wesbrook has filed a lawsuit against me for defamation. I have not been served in this case. It's still there, though. It still happened. The filing alleges emotional distress and defamation for reporting on James Westbrook's multiple lawsuits for fraud in California and Hawaii. The lawsuit also alleges that I harmed Mrs. Westbrook's reputation, and it's a reason why she's no longer on YouTube. She's talking about how she talked about Mr. Westbrook's deceased mother estate in the lawsuit filed in district court in Hawaii. His sister alleged that they convinced his mother to sign a quitclaim deed of her property to him while she is gravely ill. His sister also alleged that Mr. Westbrook filed the quitclaim deed and became sole owner of the property in the days before his mother passed away. After obtaining ownership of the property, his sister alleged that he took out numerous loans against the property. Mr. Westbrook's sister, Cheryl, provided an affidavit in court that their mother did not have a will and the children all shared 1/3 ownership to all property she left after her death. Mr. Westbrook denied his sister's claims. A judge in Hawaii ordered that Mr. Westbrook pay it. Like, who cares? Like, why? And then she talks about the second lawsuit. She talks about the third lawsuit. And then Tati Westbrook uploaded a video titled Bye Sister in May of 2019 asserting that her husband, James, was a successful businessman. Wait, what was said? Wait, is everything good? Oh, Tanisha's like, look, Tanisha all messing up in the chat again. Okay, wait, I am on the right thing. Y'all can see this, right? Yeah, I am, okay. I just want to make sure. All right, she talks about the second lawsuit. She talks about the third lawsuit. Tati Westbrook uploaded a video titled Bye Sister in May 2019 asserting that her husband James was a successful businessman and suggested through his advice James Charles helped propel his career. However, in the same video, Miss Westbrook accused James Charles of sexual misconduct. Does she really have a lawyer? Because I would think the lawyer would be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, seriously. Yes! She talked about the dead mother again. And then she's talking about the lawsuit where Mr. Swanson claims that Miss Westbrook used her celebrity status and YouTube influence to convince him to give up 16.66% of ownership. What the hell does that got to do with you? At this time review of the lawsuit, my attorney is confident the allegations they've made against me are baseless and without merit. We are exploring legal options and are considering filing a countersuit at this time. Freedom of speech and freedom of the press... So now your press allows the media to report on matters of public interest and enables a person to give their opinions based upon information they have found. At no time in my reporting have I ever knowingly made false statements about Westbrooks, nor has my reporting been done with malicious intent, but rather to provide insight into a public story that Miss Westbrook made public by uploading Bye Sister and obtaining more than 40 million views for that video. The Westbrooks falsely accused me of being a troll and that I have created fake accounts to harass him and others. This is categorically false. The Westbrooks accused me of being fired from Pathos for improper conduct. This is categorically false. The lawsuit accuses me of improper conduct and many other false statements. She just like, what? Okay, what's up with Dodo Bird? Did we delete Dodo Bird or something? I'm Katie's lawyer. No, you're not, Dodo Bird. I agree with that, Skip. I was just saying personally, I don't think it will hurt anyone in the commentary too much. I don't think it's going to hurt us. I think it's going to possibly put more restrictions on us, is what I'm saying. I don't think it's particularly going to hurt us, but I think it's going to put more restrictions on us. So, oh, I got a dislike. Somebody dislikes this. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I was expecting this to take like 3 or 4 hours. I didn't realize like how much time I actually took on each point last night. I was scared this was going to take forever. I could have went live at 8. That's why I didn't go live at 8, because I was thinking it was going to take too long. I got to go to work tomorrow. All right, guys. So that is it. Any more last statements about what's going on with Crystal Ball? What's going on with Miss Ma'am? Any more last statements? How do we feel? It may inhibit more of what you are willing or able to say. Yeah. Just got to use that allegedly word a lot more, probably. You don't have free speech here. It's a corporation. Chelsea, you're not wrong. Katie Joy disliked it, and she's preparing her lawsuit against Zach. Well, I'm going to be honest now. Now, I heard through the grapevine. That Miss Katie Joy is striking people's videos that are talking about her. So, we're going to find out if I get a strike or not. And I'm going to tell you what, I'll fight that shit. I'll fight it. Because all I was doing was reading exactly what it said. And I just showed that Keemstar took his support of you away, which was exactly on Twitter. And I showed exactly what you said on Twitter about Keemstar taking his support away. I didn't lie. I don't think we'll see effects or changes right away. It's not a lawsuit against YouTube. Okay, that's true, Saya. I get that too. I mean, let her strike because it shows a statement. I can't help it that she put it out there. It's what she was saying. I just said she was crazy for saying it. Well, not crazy. Okay, wait a minute. Let's not say crazy because she don't like that word. And I'm not saying that she's like a lunatic or anything. I think she didn't think properly on that damn statement. And I can't believe a lawyer would let her do that. Period. How she's done a lot of YouTubers is telling it. Yes, X, you are 100% correct about that. She doesn't follow creators' unwritten code. Nope. And here's the thing, and that's what pisses me off, okay? And I'll say it again. If you are in front of a camera talking shit about other people, then you need to expect that other people are going to talk shit about you. Some of that shit might be wrong. Some of that shit might be right. But people are going to talk shit about you. I mean, yeah, I am going to go have that cigarette eventually. You know, it's crazy to me. You can't expect people not to talk shit about you when that's your whole job is talk shit about other people. But you can't take it to a certain point, you know? Yeah, don't forget to like the live, everybody. I appreciate it. Like the live. Please like the live. Let's offset that one dislike. Woo-hoo. All right, guys. Well, I'm getting out of here because my nicotine levels are really low. And I get kind of angry when they get too low. And we don't want that. So, I love you guys. Y'all have a great night. Anybody who's in my Discord, I will be in the chat part. And love you guys. Keep it real.